Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Sagittarius, and of course, always a big welcome to the other signs that felt like this constellation has a message for them as well. So, the Sun has moved into Cancer, which is, of course, the Chariot, and the Sun is highlighting the Moon, which is in your sign, and Cardinal is giving a mutable sign the push to look deep within and highlight the subconscious. Highlight the moon, because we have in 2 days we have a full moon in Capricorn, which comes after you. So there is going to be, I think, a deeper look into what it is that you can be for us, the guardian angel, right? This is your major arcana. And of course now Cancer, which is the chariot of feelings, the chariot that goes out and wants to learn and grow and experience so that we can actually be such a personality. That's not an easy state to be. This is an alchemical transformation from the Lovers, which is opposite you, because in the last reading you had a full moon in Sagittarius, and of course the Sun was in Gemini. The Sun was then highlighting you, and the message is use hope and magic to get into the next chapter of your life. Because you had the Age of Aquarius, the Star, and you had the Magician here through Salvador Dali. And then the pressure that we sometimes, when we go through a lot of pressure, we grow and we learn the most. Your court card is the Knight of Wands. If your birthday is between November 13 and December 11, this is your court card. If not, it's in the description below. And I have listed there all my cards that I'm using in this reading. I'm doing this reading because I create my own tarot with yoga positions. For Cancer, I have Ashwasandhala and Asana. Very strong, clearly find your path, find your horsepower to get you out into nature and learn and grow as much as you can. For you, Paschimottanasana, go deep, dive deep, learn as much as you can from within so that you can become this angel, so that you can become this light, because it's getting darker and darker. We're going into the Capricornian energy, and that's always a moment of more dark but also more fertile energy that we learn and grow, and we can plant a seed. Good. So I have altogether 22 tarot and oracle cards. Some of them are Italian, some of them are French, some of them are English, some of them are German, some of them are Spanish. I am using 22 cards because it's the 22 major arcana, and I can see through each card what's happening in your life. I go back into the 15th century and ending up in the 21st century. So let's begin. The oldest deck found intact is the Visconti Sforza Tarot, Italian, and created 1450. The couple that created it did it 10 years after their marriage, and here we have the Three of Cups celebration. And the interesting story back then, money, merit, wealth or power. And the story was that the Viscontis had a daughter, the Sforza a son, and so the parents decided to marry their children. And mostly there is no love involved in those kind of stories. But they were pretty much happy, and after 10 years they decided to paint 87 tarot cards. That's a love story. And of course that's so much money. Back then it was unheard of, such an endeavor, but they did it. The Three of Cups. Celebration, Mercury in Cancer. So Cancer is highlighting your path, your moon, and is already looking deep within. Now there's 2 cups standing, and one is on the side and tilted to the left, right, or to the past. So usually when we say body, mind, and spirit, in your mind there is something not so stable, but the body is good and the spirit is good. And these are the 3 graces usually. The graces are hope, love, and belief. So love, belief, and hope. Which one is the one that is tilted? I am giving that question to you. Oswald Wirth, his cards, he painted only 22 major arcanas, and so I'm using it almost as an oracle card. Were used in the Kabbalistic Rose Cross order that was formed 1888 in France. Le Soleil. So there is a celebration, there is something that's saying, yes, I am excited. The sun in Cancer is highlighting me and is giving me a feeling of success, is giving me a feeling of coming together. The number 19, which is the 1, the Magician, and the 9, the Hermit. 2 very powerful energies. Both really go with the magic, go with something that is then bringing a strong success, particularly in this month. Emotional success, but still there is not something so clear because of this one here. Then the Hermetic Tarot, which was used in the Order of the Golden Dawn, that was also formed 1888 in England. The Fool. So here it is, the new beginning in this month. Beginning fresh, beginning new, to look deep within and to realize, okay, these 2 cups. These 2 cups are here. You see that? You are melting and mixing these 2 cups. You are the one that is alchemically uniting body and spirit. And for some reason, let go of the mental, let go of the thinking. Maybe it's something that's saying, don't think. Just feel what's coming to you, and it's the Fool, the foolish man, the spirit of ether. A new beginning to go out there and see what else can you do. And you can see there's a lot of symbolism in this card. I'm not going to explain all of it, otherwise the reading really gets too long. Now, why am I using this one is because out of this order comes Arthur Waite, the Rider-Waite deck, and Aleister Crowley, 2 very important men that shaped the Tarot, that evolutionized the Tarot. And so comes here the King of Swords out of Arthur Waite's Rider-Waite deck. A clear thinking, a king that's saying, okay, because this is ether as well. This is the spiritual realm because of the triangle that we see here. This is the spiritual realm. He has the sun. Here comes the sun, little darling. So here you have a successful moment that you can use through an Aquarian friend or energy, or within you, the clear understanding that something is beginning fresh and new and is supported by the sun, is giving you the yes, go for it. And so why his deck that was published 1920 was so successful is because he arranged the minor arcanas with people. As you can see here, it's just 3 cups. So it's the 3 of cups, and you have to understand the sacred geometrical forms that they are positioned in. And most people didn't understand that. But when you put people in, when you put a story in there, then you understand immediately, okay, I have to unite the masculine and the feminine. And the sun, who has these rays, is supporting both of them, right? So then comes Aleister Crowley, who also was, of course, in this order, the Order of the Golden Dawn. So as you can see, these cards by Godfrey Dawson existed before the order was formed. And so as an initiation, you had to test, you had to do the exercises, and you were given previous cards, and you had to create your own cards, and you had to really receive the information that showed that you are spiritually adept to carry on the legacy. And here comes the 7 of Pentacles. Now, as you can see, this is very dark and this is very bright. And Aleister Crowley, his cards got published 22 years after his death. And Aleister Crowley was quite a promiscuous personality. People said he did black magic. People said that he was, out there. And so the 7 of Pentacles are speaking of Saturn in Taurus, about that something is not working out as much as you hoping for. Now, I read in his book that the symbol of this card is connected with the figure Rubois. And they say that it's not a good omen when this constellation comes up in the sky. That it has something of a darkness. It cuts off the growth. It's giving this information that is coming to you, it's blocked by this. It's blocked by something that you have worked on, but now you cannot reap the harvest. You planted the seeds, but the harvest is not there, and it is somber, it is dark, and it's speaking about this is not very positive. I mean, it's like you have a hard time seeing that this triangle that's coming down is affecting the square, the number 4. And so here the 3 of Cups is this triangle that's pointing down. And the triangle that's pointing down is the feminine triangle. For me, of course, that's water, that's life. But the 3 that's pointing down to the 4, in a way, for me, that is not something negative. That's not something dark. Now, the only way to counterbalance that is here Salvador Dali, the Hierophant. 1970 were his cards published. And, of course, Aleister Crowley's 1969. The Hierophant is coming and saying, don't despair, don't give up. This is just a dark moment where you have to have patience. If you know your worth, if you know who you are, help is always there. And the 3 stages of here, these 3 cups, body, mind, and spirit, are always with you. You always have the chance to turn this around. And so this is a very beautiful card, the High Priest. And he knows his place. He has the 2 people working with him. And so there's a triangle coming up. There is the triangle coming up to this triangle coming down. See this? Here's a person, in here is the High Priest, and together creates the triangle up. And you have the triangle pointing down. So to counterpart this energy, you must trust and believe in something much stronger than you, much more powerful than you. You must focus on the 3 graces, on love, hope, and trust, and to believe. You have to believe, you have to love, you have to hope. And now comes the Golden Dawn Tarot, which was created out of this one, but published 1978. So here comes Robert Wang, who worked with Israel Regardie to create these cards that existed before the Hermetic Tarot. And the Hermetic Tarot is strong energy because that's where the original message lies in of the Order of the Golden Dawn. And here comes the 5 of coins, the 5 of Pentacles, which is Mercury in Taurus. So at least you go from 7 down to 5. Something worked here, something released here, something opened itself up here. This triangle that's pointing upwards, it's counterbalancing the triangle that's pointing downwards. And so here you have a triangle up and you have a triangle pointing down, both of them arriving in the center. And that is giving hope, but there's no overlapping. There's just a meeting in the middle, a meeting in the center, but at least something. And then comes Hermann Handel, a German artist. Again, the 5 of Pentacles. So you have here a 5-5-5 portal. Here you have a 2 times 5 portal, the creativity to understand that this triangle is helping you to counterbalance now this 7. You did that, you elevated yourself and you found the center. Now comes another 5 and speaking about 3 times the 5, which is here the power to speak honestly and clearly about your self-worth, about who you want to be in this world. And you can see now this is arranged completely different than this one. They are floating in the air. And it's saying material difficulty. So, in the Golden Dawn, which I find, this is why I'm doing this way, because as you can see, it's powerful how they arrange these cards. And of course, there's also no people here. Loss of profession, loss of money, monetary anxiety, loss of money or position, trouble about material things. And with Hermann Handel, because there are these twice coming up, I really want to look at these. So it says the Five of Pentacles is often one of those difficult cards that shows also a certain sickness in your physical body. And we see a dying winter land. And we are pushing sometimes away the situation that something is leaving, or that something wants to leave, that something wants to go, that something wants to die, something needs to be transformed, needs to be changed, needs to be shifted. And I guess that's what this card is speaking to you. So you have 5, 5, that's 10, and 7, that's 17. Now, 17 is the number 8. And the number 8 is the infinite knowledge that the date of 1888 of the Kabbalistic Order of the Rose Cross and 1888, the Order of the Golden Dawn, has marked with the number 8, that infinite shifting and changing and giving and taking. And the 8 is the star, or the number 17. You have 17 coins here. Is the star, is the Age of Aquarius. Something is changing, something is shifting, something is speaking to us very profoundly and saying, be careful. But the 3 of Cups is coming again. So you have a 3-3 portal. Here through the medicine woman, Mercury in Cancer, like I said. Here you have a spiritual, and you see now here is just the cups, and now here are 3 people. But there's a spirit here, and there's a story that can be told. And for some people this is much more difficult, and for some this is more easier than here. And so I want you to see all different types of arrangements. So here the 3 of Cups speaks again about a spiritual community. A spiritual community that is celebrating. And it's these 2 that are sitting, which are standing. And then he offers the middle one to the spirit. To this angel. You see this angel here? Here you are. So this is important. Give this, not let it spill, but give this always. Know that you have 2, and so you give the 3rd. You give the 3rd away. So you learn to understand that this is not as threatening as you think, because the triangle is pointing downwards and is giving you an understanding of what's really going on in this world. That things come and go, and that we have to shift and change. Now comes, I only have them in German, the Oracle E square 2. And I have them only in German, I have to order them in English. And it's saying 11, now it is happening. Now it is happening. Now it is speaking about that this is the moment. Wow. You are very brave and fearless. Even if it doesn't feel like it. You are called to take off all the blockages and take a jump. And then take off the fear. And go towards the goal that you always had in your mind. And the goal is to go to the 2 of Pentacles. So now you have from 17, 18, 19. Here, if you come down to the 2 of Pentacles, you understand the 8, the infinity. You understand that what's happening here is 19 coins speaking to you directly, understanding here this harmonious change, that this situation, you don't have to fear it. You see, it's also quite a little bit dark. You don't have to fear it. You just have to know how to bring the opposite, the harmonious change into it. And you do. You bring the harmonious change into it, which is Jupiter in Capricorn. And in that you get hematite, the crystal. And the crystal hematite is actually speaking about the number 23. Another 5. 4 times the 5, speaking from the heart, your truth. And the hematite, I have them in German and wrote the English above, is saying to get grounded, to come back to the earthliness, to have calm and harmony, and to be centered, which is the 5. Right? So the 5, 5, and 5. Portal. 4 times 5. Speaking out of your heart that which you have realized now here through this message, that things come and go, that things might seem very negative and might seem very bleak, but they can shift and they can change in a minute if you come from your center, if you come from your heart, because the heart is the center of the 3 points above and the 3 points below, right? The 3 cups up and the 3 cups down, and the heart is in between. It's always the heart. The heart is the message. The heart is the hexagram. I don't have one here. The hexagram. The hexagram is literally the triangle that's pointing down, the triangle, the Star of David, right? The Jewish symbol. And then, yes, if you understand that, then the sun comes. Because you have 19 coins and you realize, yes, Miss Sunshine is coming. The number 17, though, which is again the 8, understanding that the 17 before, if you understood that right, then that's an 8-8 symbol saying, yes, the earth star, the spiritual message, the guardian angel that you are, bring it here, be that person that is inspiring people to do good things and allow now to rise and shine gloriously, right? The sun in Cancer is speaking to you directly about that kind of success, a success that you have learned, because now I see that this success is if you understand the opposite triangle, if you understand the opposite triangle of the high priest, the triangle that's pointing up, the fire, right? Against all this negativity, you have to just put the energy of the sun, of the fire, of the warmth in it, and you can then, through this 2 times, the 7 portal, grow and shift and change. And then comes you, the moon in your sign, the moon that is speaking about, yes, go deep within and look at your fears, look at what you feel like you need to look deeper, because this successful highlight of the sun into the moon that is in your sign is giving you a deeper understanding about the ancient ones, the number 1, the ancient ones, that is here the 1 and the 8, which is then a 9, a completion of understanding the 1 and the 9. And the 1 and the 9 is here through the sun. And so learn everything you can and respect the elders, respect the ancient ones, respect the people that were here before you, that helped you to become who you are, and respect them in such a way that you are not afraid anymore, because the rabbit is usually quite afraid. If you connect with your ancestors, if you connect with the people that brought you here, then you connect the same way I connect the dots now with all these different tarot decks, with these different perspectives on the same energy that is circling above us or is around us. Then you don't have to be afraid anymore. Then you don't have to be a victim anymore that's going to be eaten by the eagle. Learning everything that you can learn, because that is then bringing you a liberation into the mind, into the Four of Swords, which came already here through the King of Swords. This is Jupiter in Libra. Go deep within and bring the four, the heart, so that you can speak about the 4 times 5 message, the 5 in the communication. Go deep into the 4, into your heart, and meditate and go deep within to learn and grow, because then comes here again a 5, the sacred space. Here you are in this sacred space already, and now you even see here, when you close your eyes, you see another sacred space, and it's saying, use beautiful art, music, and creativity of all kinds to put you into a sacred space. Now it's the 5 and the 0, this new beginning. The Fool that is here, the Fool that's saying, yes, begin new. Now you have 5 times the 5, right? You are singing and writing and expressing yourself. And in this sacred space, you see everything. And so this sacred space is important, because then you can build something new. Then you have a 3 of Pentacles. Like the 3 of Cups. Now you have a 3, 3, 3. 3 times 3, the power to be powerful, the power to build something, right? And here you are learning and growing and understanding that the bigger picture is speaking to you, that you learning through the 3 of Pentacles. You had, wow, this is crazy. So you had 19 Pentacles, and you get another 3. What number is that? 22, exactly. So this path is speaking about the major arcanas to me as well. So this message is for me also very strong. Speaks to me about the major arcanas, how important they are, how powerful they are. And through that comes the number 37. The number 37 is giving you the opportunity to see deep within this magic. The number 37 is a 10. The number 37 is a 10 and is bringing the 19 together with the sun, realizing that now magic and magnetism is bringing all the right energy to you, because then you get the Age of Aquarius, the star coming, like I said, the number 8. The number 8, that is that infinite possibilities that are coming in the Age of Aquarius now to you. And then comes the 34. Then things are gonna overflow. Then you are not gonna look at this anymore and be like, oh my God, how terrible is this card looking? No, then you're gonna look at it and be like, oh my God, it's overflowing, it's growing, it's just overwhelmed, and plenty of life, of spirituality, of magic, of all the things that you always wanted, always wished for are coming towards you. You are then coming into a true realization that this success is really coming deep. You see it deep within, and then it will manifest. It will come to you, and you will be, wow, you will, I mean, this is really speaking about, you will be the guardian angel. You will be this. You will be able to give this middle cup to the people, because you have another 2. You can just give and give and give, and know that that central message, where the triangle that's coming from above down and the triangle that's coming from below up, meeting in the center, is helping you to really build something new, something strong together with others in the Age of Aquarius. being the angel, being the star, being the magic you that you should be forever and ever. Right? Because that's your calling. That's your spiritual calling. Wow. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because then the earth is turning in such a way that we see behind the sun the constellation Leo. The sun is here. So let's see what's happening there. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.